Hey there, thanks for watching our extra coverage on WFMY Plus. That's what this is for. On days when the weather is a little extra busy or a lot more that we have to talk to you about, we want to be here to make sure you get that accurate information. It's as live 6:30. We'll keep this going for about 10 minutes as we track these showers and thunderstorms. Now, still a News 2 weather impact alert day for a couple of reasons. Obviously, we have the heat and the humidity. That's starting to relax ever so slowly going through our evening. This is the one that we have to watch still. Scattered showers and thunderstorms that so far have not hit our Piedmont Triad area, but they've been all over the rest of North Carolina today. They could be strong to severe, as they already have been in a good chunk of the state. So we're going to be watching out for possible warnings all the way through about 8, 9, 10, and even 11 o'clock tonight. As I said, it has been a very quiet afternoon and evening from a weather point of view here in our area. This is a live view of High Point. We're pretty calm traffic on North Main Street here, even at this rush hour. We see clouds though, and a lot of these clouds have been blowing off from thunderstorms in other parts of the state. You may or may not realize, but the way thunderstorms work, they're about 30 to 40,000 feet tall when they're really strong. So what we saw today were all these showers and storms forming mostly in eastern North Carolina. So basically along I-95 or so, that's where those storms have been originating. And there's a wind in the upper level of the atmosphere right now blowing opposite of what you usually see from east to west. So what it's doing is it's taking the top levels of those clouds and just tearing them off like cotton candy, like you would just be picking off those strands. It's sending those clouds our way. So we have a nice overcast sky that's developed over our area, and that has made it a little bit more difficult right now for showers and storms to form because they like sunshine and they like heat and humidity. Still though, seeing some showers and storms pop up in the Charlotte area. We're not out of the woods yet, but it has cooled us off a little bit. Not that much. It's in the low 80s, actually feeling okay in Asheboro right now. 89 Greensboro, still in the 90s off to the north. You can tell that's where it's not quite as cloudy at this time. The feels like temperature, oh, it's still tough. Depends on where you are. Still feeling like the low 100s off to the north. We have all this humidity out there, and it's just really hard for your skin to cool down when there's all that humidity in the air. Sweating process doesn't really work the same way when it's sticky outside. Heat advisory continues through about 8 o'clock tonight, and then we'll have another one for tomorrow. It has been expanded and reissued going forward into your Thursday. It won't be quite as hot, but it's bad enough that we still want to have that place for you. Severe thunderstorm risks throughout the day today, and really this continues through the late evening hours. We have a level 2 risk of storms, which means if any of them form out there, there's a good chance that a couple of them could be on the strong to even severe side. That scale goes from 1 to 5, 1 being the least likely to have bad storms, 5 being almost a certainty. We're at a level 2 for today. Tomorrow is at a level 1. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. What a severe thunderstorm watch really means is that you have the different ingredients in place to create a bad storm. So if you think about it in baking ways, this would be the eggs, the flour, the sugar that you need to bake the cake. You haven't actually made the cake yet. That would be once you get to a warning. We're still in that watch standpoint here in our part of the state. But there have been bad storms in a large portion of the Carolinas so far today. So let's look at that latest live radar right now. There's not much going on locally. Can't find any showers and storms across Guilford, Forsyth, Randolph, Alamance counties, Davidson County. You're clear. We had a couple little blips up near Danville, Virginia earlier, but they've fizzled out so far as well. So something of a force field has been in place across the Triad today. Let's take a look where it has been pretty active and continues to be. This is over here in Fayetteville. They're just getting out of this. It's been about 2 hours or so that they've been dealing with these showers and thunderstorms with nearly constant lightning. I want you to take a look at this right here near Rayford. All those lightning strikes clustered up close together. You saw how many there were over in Cumberland County over the last hour or so. Blinding lightning and torrential rain too. Now on the north side of this is intriguing to me. You're getting something that what we call outflow. So when you have a bad thunderstorm, you have cooler air that rushes out of the cloud, and it kind of creates a little bit of a mini cold front. You might feel that gust of wind sometimes before a thunderstorm arrives. Well, this can create new storms, and over here near Sanford and Lee County and Moore County, we're starting to see some thunderstorms popping up right there. That could be a trend that carries these closer to our Triad area as we go through the next couple of hours. Down here in South Carolina right now, this is the Wilmington area just off screen. There's Brunswick County, Oak Island, Little River. Look at all of those lightning strikes, folks. This is intense, extremely electric right now, moving across Horry County, heading for Myrtle Beach proper. It's in North Myrtle right now. Little River is in the middle of this too. And truly, you can't even see the distance between those lightning markers on our map right here. Heavy rainfall, lots and lots of lightning. And what we've seen in a lot of these storms today is that they're able to put down some really heavy wind gusts. So about 50, 60 mile per hour winds, downing trees and power lines. That's been an issue at times. I'm going to hang on this shot. We have really the luxury of a nationwide network of cameras that can show us the strong and severe weather anywhere at any time. This is a camera we have access to in North Myrtle Beach. So if you're familiar with the Grand Strand and that area, this will be on that northern side of town, up not too far from Little River. And it looks like we've timed this out perfectly right here. That is this severe thunderstorm rolling right into Myrtle Beach at this time. You can notice, of course, that darker cloud, we would call that a shelf cloud, usually the leading edge to really heavy rain, gusty winds too. But this camera already getting shaken in that breeze, and it almost has a little bit of a green tint to it, doesn't it? A lot of times you do get a little bit of a greenish color in advance of a severe thunderstorm. If there's any hail up in the clouds, that ice can actually filter some of that light and create a little bit of a greenish hue. Pretty amazing. Now, this is our lightning tracker, so look all across the state. Within just the last 15 minutes, there have been over 2,000 lightning strikes. Now, funny enough, none of them are in our area. As I said, we've still been dry locally, but boy, oh boy, these storms have had a ton of lightning strikes at this time. It's been the case in upstate South Carolina too. Greenville, Spartanburg, Charlotte's had some action as well. This is live right now. There's very close to the radar site from Greenville over to Spartanburg. That's one of those outflow boundaries I talked about. That's that cooler air rushing out ahead of a storm, the gust front, if you will. Really nasty stuff in South Carolina. Our futurecast does still pop up and create some thunderstorms in our area through about 10 p.m. So between 7, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock tonight, downpours, thunder, lightning could be possible. Even still, a strong to severe wind gust can't be ruled out. Whatever happens, we'll be fizzling down by around midnight. Hopefully you get missed. No one wants to have a power outage in a heat wave. Then for Thursday, we'll watch yet again for a little bit of a chance of a shower or storm going into the afternoon. The weather risk for tomorrow is lower than it is for today. Today we're at a level 2. Tomorrow is at a level 1. Storm threats through the rest of the evening. If you get a thunderstorm that develops, I'd mostly be concerned about wind damage and also lightning too on top of the rainfall. That rain could create some flooding if the storms move a little slowly. Hail, not as likely, but can't rule it out. We are not having tornadoes. It is not that kind of a weather system, folks. As far as severe thunderstorm risk for tomorrow, I mentioned it's a broad level 1 across pretty much all of the Carolinas. And you can say the same thing for Friday. So from Virginia down through the Carolinas, we still have that risk of showers and storms. Now, the heat not going anywhere. Here's the feels like temperature for your Thursday. It's still going to feel like triple digits in the middle of the day. We do still have a heat advisory. So for Thursday, similar to the last couple of days, we're going to keep an eye on the thermometer, but also an eye on the radar. As far as how hot it'll feel through the next 5 days or so, it's getting a little better, but not all that much. Still brutally hot this weekend, but again, a little bit of improvement compared to where we were. Here is your 7-day forecast. We have extended our impact alert through tomorrow just to be on the safe side here. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of storm potential out there still, but not quite as much as what we have outside for today. Before we let you go, I do want to go back to this weather camera that we were watching in the Myrtle Beach area. Looks like that thunderstorm is starting to roll into the Grand Strand right now. So the radar, very busy across the Carolinas this afternoon and evening, but not so much so far here in our Triad area. We'll be keeping an eye on things all the way through about 7, 8, 9 o'clock or so, and just let you know if any storms get to be on the strong to severe side. So far, that hasn't been the case, but that severe thunderstorm watch does continue all the way through about midnight tonight. So hopefully a thunderstorm can cool us off and not really bring any bad time weather, but it is something that we'll be keeping an eye on for you. Again, remember, we'll have these updates on WFMY Plus every now and again. Be sure to watch our NBA draft special. We'll have that coming up for you live at 7 p.m. and then another weather update coming up for you around 8 p.m. We'll hope to see you then.